Alright, so let's just address the elephant in the room. Yes, this is a new channel, and I'm going to explain what I'm going to do with this channel later on in a future video of mine. But another thing I want to address is what you click on this video for. Stranger Things. I waited a week to record this video for a few reasons. For one, honestly I procrastinate a lot, but even then. Number two, I wanted to give everybody a chance to see the finale rather than just putting spoiler in the title. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's your fault at this point if you haven't watched it yet. Just plain and simple. So obviously there's gonna be spoilers in here. And the reason why I did this is because I wanted to wait a week for all my thoughts to simmer down and fully process how I feel about the finale. Because still 1 week later, I have very mixed opinions about the finale. But with all that out the way, let's head straight to the app session. I'm sure many of you have seen it by now, but people hate the series finale. Not even just that. People also hate the season in general. Not everybody obviously, but a good majority. If you go on Rotten Tomatoes right now, you'll see it for yourself. In fact, and there it is. 53% out of 10,000 ratings. Honestly, man, this surprised me, man. I actually like watching this in theaters. When I look it up, I'm like, damn. Hey man, people are entitled to their opinion, but let me get into that actually. As for the season itself, was this the worst season? No, it's not even close. In my personal opinion, just my opinion, the seasons ranked from best to worst is season 2, season 4, season 5, season 1, and season 3. Not to say any of them are bad, but all of the seasons have unique tastes. Whether it's the main genre, style, or just overall tone of the season. Me personally, in my opinion, felt rushed, but that's not really a Stranger Things problem. You really can't tell a cohesive story, especially considering that all episodes get released at once. Obviously not in this case specifically with this season or season 4, but you get the idea. You can't tell a story properly with 8 episodes compared to how regular TV was, where it was around 26 episodes. While yes, the episodes are longer, some stuff has to be cut out in order for the show to make sense. For example, I think that they did a decent job with explaining some things and having a good story revolving the characters, Henry's backstory, and the mystery elements of the show, but at the same time, it's very easy to see plot holes. And I'm sure there's more plot holes that I still haven't recognized, but one thing I noticed as soon as it came out of theaters is that they never explained how any of the kids went back to the body, or if the kids escaped through the small hole in the tunnel. They didn't explain how the main characters didn't get in trouble. They didn't explain why certain characters weren't in the season or just barely appeared. But the main thing people hate the most is the ending, and it's not really just because Eleven seemed to be killed off, but that's the thing. The Duffer brothers intentionally put it to where no one knows where Eleven is. No one knows if she died, disappeared, sucked in it upside down forever, or simply disappeared and played a magic trick on them. At the end, they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Mike made this theory that Eleven pulled a trick to think that she disappeared so that the military won't catch her, and that she really went to some place far away where no one will recognize her and no one from Hawkins will ever see her ever again. I can understand why they want to keep it open-ended in case they want to continue the story, or simply put, due to the fact that Eleven's the main character and she's very popular obviously, they don't want to kill her off because people might be angry about that, but they also don't want to keep her alive also because it's too predictable. Like me personally, I've seen way worse production, and the fact that they ended off with that theory and not really anything else, that's what kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I remember last week when I watched it with my homeboys, and one of my mans was like, that's it? It's not even that it's bad, it's just that we thought it would be way more. On another note though, I do like how the characters, how all the character arcs pretty much finished. George and Harper got engaged, the young adults went to college, which by the way, I think anybody that went to college, or just anybody in their early 20s like me, has that conversation where they're going to plan to meet up with their friends within a certain time period, and it ends up never happening. The characters don't know that obviously yet, but a lot of people know how that is. And if you're a teenager watching this video, trust me, life can get really busy really fast, so savor all your moments with your friends before you inevitably go down different paths. And of course, the kids graduated high school, with Dustin having a great speech, and honestly, they didn't even notice, but Max, despite being in a coma, somehow graduated high school. Hey man, even in the 80s, you could get away with a lot. We all know the one person in high school that graduated, and we don't even know how, because they barely do the work and they're always absent. But as I was thinking about the series finale more, and talking to friends and coworkers about the series finale, there's very mixed opinions about this. Some people liked it, some people hated it, and people like me are in between. With me personally liking it, but wishing there was more. For example, Fecna, while the final fight was good, and then behind me in the edge of my seat, I thought it would have been way longer. And another thing too I forgot to mention is that how is there no Demogorgons involved in that fight? Like they just straight up disappeared. My personal theory is because when Henry went to that cave in the underground tunnel, the PTSD he got made him weak enough to the point to where he wasn't thinking straight, and with the combined efforts of the gang, he couldn't try the way he thought he could be. Like I said, in my opinion, it's not not bad, it just should have been way more. Or should I say more explanation. I found it great. There's been plenty of moments in the season in general I enjoyed. Whether it's Holly's performance, Max's performance, Dipshit Derek's performance, especially him, in certain fight scenes. Right? Like when Will got his powers. I know some people might say that I kind of played it safe, but at the same time, people will still complain if a certain character dies. People thought C was going to die eventually. Quite honest, I thought he was going to die in the finale. Especially in that scene. But I'm glad he did, because his character arc, from asshole jock to caring baseball coach, and basically father figure to Dustin, is something that could be compared to Zuko. And the people that did die were characters that people didn't even care about that much. Like, it was sad when she died, but honestly, man, people were tired of Callie, man. But overall, in general, I think the season was very good. I think the finale did its job, and for the ending of a series so popular as this, while it's not perfect especially for this case, is impossible. And trust me, I've seen way worse finales. And honestly, man, Stranger Things, while the quality isn't consistent in terms of episodes, characters, and tone, when it comes to seasons, the quality is pretty much equal. I personally don't think there's any season that is remotely bad. All of them are good in their own way, or at least in some case mid. That's just me though. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. Whether it's a show, a season finale, whatever. And since you made it this far, I might as well go like the video, subscribe right now, and follow all my socials, link in the description. With this new channel, we gotta start from scratch. And no, I'm not completely abandoning my main channel, but I expect more content going on this channel from now on. That being said though, I'm out. See ya boys later.